Mind is a function of brain. With these new brain structures and new sensory organs, you change.
Greetings, small one. Are you prepared to take up arms and destroy those who would stand against us?
Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this another day wherein it's all wet and rainy outside. It's kind of chill, but it's hard for me to really tell since while I don't like cold, I function better in cold, and so I don't really know what, unless it's freezing, I never really can tell at exactly what temperature it is. It's chill and raining, thumbs up for that. And little Ghost is still kicking and being a little hamster. He's slower again because he's not getting much air because he's having trouble breathing, and I don't know what nor why. But he's still doing all the hamster things. If he ever stops doing just hamster things, then I will see what I can do about alleviating his suffering. But for right now, he doesn't really appear to be suffering. So thumbs up on that. And of course, front-loading of videos. Hey, if you could toss me a like, that'd be awesome. If you could subscribe to the channel, that too would be cool. If you could leave me a comment, even for the algorithm, that would be double plus good. And I would like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These literally beautiful and literally awesome people are, in fact, literally beautiful and literally awesome. It is very true. Without these people's help, I and my pets would be hosed like literal Christmas monkeys. I'm salivating around my dentures again today. Yay. And being hosed like a Christmas monkey is not a good way to be hosed. So if you'd like to help me out, I have the Patreon URL in the video description, as well as a PayPal for donations, an Amazon wishlist link if you'd like to help me out that way, and a post office box. And I will open it up on camera and video anything that anybody sends me. So thumbs up on that. Yay, a very good thing. Front loading of videos over. Thumbs up. Hokey smokes. And yeah, I went to Walmart again, and I got some stuff and was unsure about why my lips and tongue had been dyed blue the other day. I talked about in the video how my lips and tongue were dyed blue, and I couldn't figure out because I hadn't eaten anything that was blue, but I did drink a Pepsi. Well, the other day, I drank another Diet Pepsi, had not eaten anything blue. My lips and tongue were just dyed an intense blue again. So the diet, not the diet, it's diet, but it's the zero sugar Pepsi. It just dyes my lips and tongue intensely blue. Thumbs up for that. And I get dead skin on my lips because unfortunately I like to eat salty things like Pringles crisps. Unfortunately I eat a lot of those. It's not all I eat, it's just a snack, a treat. You know, I have like once a day, but I eat a fair amount of them. And they're very salty, and they dry out the skin of my lips because salt draws fluids out of cells, which means you end up with a lot of dead cells on your lips. And then so I have sheets of dead skin that dyes easily if you put a dye on it, like the blue coloring in zero sugar Pepsi. Yay. Thumbs up for that. Hey, it happens though. Now, I do want to talk about this because I have been still hyperfixating. Because I enjoy hyperfixating on things that are fun to hyperfixate on. I have made, let's see if I can find them. Yes, these are the wrong ones. This is a big bag of smaller bags of cardboard cutout pieces to make maps for NoteQuest. They're very simplistic because they're very simplistic. These are some room segment pieces for Against Darkness with the numbers there because you roll a die and then you choose whichever, two dice, and then you choose the segment that you're going into, as well as making, all of the entrance pieces to put down. You just roll a die, put down an entrance piece. These, I only made 6 of these. I'm only going to make 6 because you only use one of them. But with the other pieces, of course, you roll a die, find out where you're going. You could end up with 1, 2, 3 segments of the same place. Now, I don't really have enough room to be able to use these things and record them, because I enjoy recording and doing these things as much as I enjoy displaying them, as much as I enjoy reading them. So I've been thinking of how to adjust a camera so that I get a bigger view, because right now I can't really move my camera up any higher. I mean, it's literally just a stand for a green screen on one side, and then a box with a paperback book on it on the hamster cage on this side. I don't really have a way to get it taller to hang the camera from, and even at that, it's just about the perfect size for the table I have. Any further by bringing it up, and I'm not really showing more table. I'm showing more table out this way, but not this way. Everything you see right now that's this direction, I have like this much room at the top that's not on camera, and this much room down at the bottom that's not on camera. So I'm not really showing more table that I'd be able to use, because I'd have to reach way over to each side to get to that stuff. So, I don't know. I've been thinking of ways to use one of my smaller TV tray type table things that are wood and wibbly wobbly and move everywhere, and then set up my other camera, and then just do my paperwork and rolling dice side here, and then reach over to the other side like next to me, and then use the figures, and which I would just have dice. I don't have any figures right now, and they're expensive, so I don't think I ever would. Though they do have cardboard standees where you print them out, and then you just cut them, and then you put the little pieces of paper together, and it's got a printed front and a printed back. Those are fine too, so thumbs up for that. But let's see where I was going. So yes, I'm thinking of trying that to see how that'll work out. So thumbs up, and here's hoping, because it's fun. And with the room ones that I had, whichever where I put them, since I'm going to have to make more of those, I've been precisely, marking out inches on paper and then cutting carefully. Now that I've got the same sizes, I don't need to do that. It's just slap it down, trace it, cut that out, and then scribble some lines on them, and then that's fine and good. Yay! But let me see what else I have on my list. Oh boy, yesterday I was gonna try and record something for the channel, but I fell asleep for about 2 hours, right around noonish. And when I woke up, I must have stopped breathing for a fair amount of it, because while my head wasn't ringing like a bell any more than it normally does, I have tinnitus, I have ADHD, I did have tingling on some of my extremities, and it was hard to get motivated. Whenever I stop breathing and suffer from hypoxia, low oxygen, which happens when you don't breathe, it's hard to get up and moving again. If I don't fall asleep, I can wake up in about 5 minutes of, I'm up and running like I had never fallen asleep. When I stop breathing, it takes hours for my brain to get functioning again. So it was, as much as I would have liked to have done something, I just couldn't. And then of course I went walkies, and it's gotten really dark because of daylight savings loss, the whole fall back. It felt really different going out walkies last night, because it was fully dark and there were few people on the streets, and it was lightly raining, lightly windy. It felt like middle of the night again because of the low amount of traffic. So that I've got to get used to again. Yay! I get used to now to walking in daylight in summer, so that when I lose that, I actually feel what is the word? Irritation, frustration, mild, like, how dare you take this from me? But it's at nature and reality, so what can you do? So, gotta get used to the darkness again. Yay! And anything else that I have on my list here? Oh, yes! With my ADHD, it is taking me some time to watch all of the new Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared videos. I really love the web series, and I've watched the Matt Pat's game theory stuff on the videos about what they're all about. That seems to make perfect sense. With my ADHD, it's hard to sit and watch long things, and you gotta watch these. So I've been watching them like one at a time because they're longer, and while they are less disturbing, they are at the same time just as disturbing. They just take the amount of disturbing that they had in the web series, which was like this, and stretch it out through a whole episode. So it seems like there's less, but that's just because it's stretched slightly thinner, and it works because of that. One thing that I thought was awesome, because it was a parenthetical thing, it reminded me of the book Gödel, Escher, Bach by this mathematician that I can't remember the name of. But he plays with language and mathematics in the book and does such things as opening parentheses, having a jump out of the parentheses, and then in math, and in everything, you got to close the parentheses before you come back. You got to have the recursion correct. He plays around with it by not jumping back to the original one, and it says, it makes your brain hurt. But they have parenthetical things because there's an object that's singing to them about jobs and work, and then when they're all getting into the whole video and enjoying it, the briefcase leaves, and then suddenly they're in a job. And not only in a job, time passes, decades. They all get older to the point that one of them has to retire and the other's just old. And then there's a horrific, nightmarish accident with death. And then as everyone is screaming and there's blood, the briefcase comes back and the song picks up from where it left off. And all of these people with their lives that they just lived, their lives gone, because the song is continued. That was just a closed parenthetical statement. The one yellow guy character is now just basically a kid again, except it's going, oh no, my child, because they'd had a child in their life, and now that was nothing. It was gone. It was just a parenthesis, and we're back now. It's like, oh my God, that was horrific, nightmarish, and beautiful because of it. And they're all like that. It's beautiful. Definitely a good thing. Now, of course, let me take a look and see what else I have on my list, which is mostly just stuff about the whole inside, outside, razor's edge, and cryptid stuff. I've mentioned before that when your third eye opens and you can see the world as it really is, when your vision clears and you can see the cryptid world, your brain changes. When you gain the sight so that you can travel to the inside and the razor's edge, your brain changes. You change so that you don't think the same. Well, that makes sense. Mind is a function of brain. Take a look at any person that's had a brain injury, whether it is stroke or actual just traumatic brain injury. It changes your personality. It changes who you are. Mind is a function of brain, and if your brain changes, so do you. It may not be huge or major, and it may be just a 180, but you do change. When you get the sight, or your vision clears and you get your cryptid vision, you are gaining access. Your extra-universal chromosomes and your extra-universal genes have expressed. You gain extra-universal sensory organs, extra-universal brain structures to interpret this new data, and another extra-universal brain structure to contextualize this data. It is extra-universal. No one with our current technology can even understand, access, or interact, that was difficult to say, with it in any fashion, but it is still there and a part of you. Your brain has changed. Mind is a function of brain. With these new brain structures and new sensory organs, you change. Your personality doesn't change. Oh, something happened on my phone. Your personality may not change intensely, but you don't have that great fear that happens when you watch someone being eaten. You are still feeling horror, terror, body horror. You're a fear for your life, but it's not that huge survival impetus that we have right now. You will not run to get the hell out of there like we would now. You've changed. When you see cryptids eating human snacks, it doesn't bother you. You've changed. You have new brain structures, new brain functions. Mind is a function of brain. Thumbs up for that. But also, this ties in with, I have tried to contextualize this as, I've mentioned there's one character I'm working on, Trevor Savick, who is from the Razor's Edge, but also has cryptid vision and likes hanging around with the dark cryptids in Khmer Rouge Manor in Pol Pot Park, because dark cryptids and the cryptid world is like the Razor's Edge, violent, deadly, absolutely murderous, fun, living on the edge. And so he hangs out there. But I figure at one point, Polly or some other cryptid would be using a phone that's a Sayaki mobile cell, which in Sayaki is one of the electronics division of the Crimson Kingdom. So it is a mobile phone from the inside. She's got it, and when Trevor asks, hey, how'd you get that? Because she can't really access anything past its basic functions, she doesn't have the sight. Reality in her brain recognizes it as a phone and are letting her use it as a phone. She sees it as just a basic phone from our world, but it is a mobile cell from the inside. And he's like, well, hey, where'd you get that? And I was like, oh, I ate this one person because the phone looked cool and I got it jailbroke, took some time. And he's like, oh, wow, that person's where I came from. Gosh, that's a good phone. You need to hang on to that phone. If you see people with that phone, those are really, really safe to eat. I mean, they don't even come from here. I mean, there's no one that'll miss them. I mean, where I come from, it's dangerous. People get eaten all the time. I bet you could eat everyone on a full tourist bus here and no one would blink an eye back on the Razor's Edge or the inside. That sort of stuff happens all the time. So look for people with that phone. Yeah, they're safe to eat. Other people who are new to the whole cryptid universe may at first be like, why did you just help her to figure out who she should be eating? But give it a month or two and they won't even blink at something like that. In fact, it'll be like, oh yeah, I see a lot of them on Princeton Park. Yeah, it's go nuts. And then you go back to what you're doing. Whereas a month, 2 months before, you would have been horrified that someone else was doing that. Mind is a function of brain. Thumbs up. Is there anything else that I've got on my list? There is, but nothing that I've really got time to go on. So I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended, and even though I count in American Sign Language, well, you've seen how my brain works. And thank you, of course, if you've watched this far. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. No one has forced you to watch, and the vast bulk of viewers click off in the first minute and a half of my videos. So if you are still watching, even after I mispronounce the word video, then thank you very much. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. Let me call out my Chrome. We have Jesse Koskinen. I am hoping to record a solo RPG for, I hope, For Against Darkness. because that's a fun one as well. And thumbs up, good to see you in the comments, my friend. We have Cake, thumbs up, thank you very, very much. And I do enjoy the solo stuff. It is fun to play with people too. Just because I am a social recluse with social anxieties and social awkwardness and social withdrawal doesn't mean you shouldn't try to find people to play these sort of things with. But if you do have the issues that I have, it is awesome that they have options for even people like me. So thumbs up and good to see you as well. New World Astrology, thumbs up. The Crawl, greatly appreciated, and I hope that you enjoy all of my videos. Thumbs up and thank you. Peepaw, greatly appreciated. Jay, I definitely had a day. Hopefully you're going to have a very good day as well. There is Six Side with ones instead of eyes, with Maxo Cream Greener Knots. I'll have to check that out to see if I can do a reaction to that on my reaction channel. I want to start doing those again real soon. We have Chris, thumbs up. Thank you very, very much. Greatly appreciated. Good to see you. Floramu, greatly appreciated. Thumbs up and thank you. Always good to see you in the comments. Ben B, thumbs up. Thank you very much. And time blindness is weird when you have it. It can either just slow things down or just zip, 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 and it's gone. Kay the Great, greatly appreciated. Terry, hello. Kenzie, greatly appreciated. Thumbs up. And that is it. 13 people who left me comments in the past 24 hours. Thumbs up. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, if only for a short time, and if only in text. Greatly appreciated no matter what. Well, I'm going to try and get some phone calls made today. Past that, I'm going to try and record some, like I say, like For Against Darkness. That's a fun game. I enjoy it, and I want to learn how to do it more and better, so thumbs up on that. Hopefully you can get done the things that you want to get done as well. And of course, with all the diseases out there in the world, and especially in the United States, where we are headed into a triple-demic with the Covfefe bug, flu season, and an upcoming surge of what's called like RSV, which is a respiratory issue as well. So that's 3 big surges all at the same time. Be careful, take appropriate precautions. And no matter what though, if you're out walking, whether it be late evening or nighttime, if you hear the mournful howl of the bus with your name on it echoing through the night, you're gonna get smeared across the landscape. I'm sorry, but hopefully it won't hurt that much. So until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is a very good thing.